Alright, so recently I did a video about the strongest build in Elden Ring. And in that video I was using these swords, the Bandit's curved swords. In this video I'm going to use both of these and the Scavenger's curved swords back to back. Otherwise the build is pretty much the same thing. You know, same, well, for the most part, same talismans. I did remove the Blue Dancer charm because I was told that apparently the Blue Dancer charm is useless if you're over 30% weight, or 30 weight, so it would be kind of pointless for me to use that. Now, I'm still just going for pure damage, no defensive talismans or anything like that. You could change your talismans up a little bit, but overall I'm just trying to prioritize damage for the sake of the showcase. Now, this is a different Melania than the one I fought in that video, but nonetheless, this should show the difference between these two versions of the same build. So, I'm going to use the Scavenger's curved sword first, and then I'm going to go to the Bandit's curved sword. I'm also going to do different tests for Blood and Occult, because personally I actually think Blood's better, but Occult is more popular. Now, of course, I have Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. Two very important parts of the build. Alright. Alright, 3,183 damage right there. 6,369. By the way, this is New Game Plus 7 Melania, basically. The one I fought in that video is, I don't know, like, maybe like New Game Plus 3, maybe? I'm not sure, but I wasn't too far into the new games on this character, even back then. Go. Now, of course, I am also max level, but still, I think that this is a good idea for a showcase. Now, of course, I wouldn't be able to showcase the other part of the build if I killed her, so I'm just going to let her kill me after I get to phase 2. Gonna get hit by Scarlet Ionia. Well, I might die before that, but I'm gonna try to die to Scarlet Ionia. Nice aim, Melania. She is blind, so I don't blame her. Alright. I'm gonna let Scarlet Ionia hit me. Yeah, both of these builds are pretty insane. You're not gonna be missing out on much if you go with the Bandit curved swords. And the reason why I went with those and didn't even mention the Scavenger swords in the other video is because I think that this is more noob friendly. You know, it's more accessible to new players, because with this, you just need to go to a Skeleton Bandit in the Weeping Peninsula. You don't need to go do any more than that. Whereas with the Bandit curved swords, you actually need to be on a New Game Plus, because you find it on in a corpse on like Volcano Manor or Mount Galmillion. But yeah, as you can see, regardless of like the difference isn't very major. You're still going to be completely annihilating these bosses with these builds. Now I'm going to switch over to Occult for both of these. From my experience, I think Bleed might be a bit better for it, but we'll see in this video. On a New Game Plus with the normal character, you're still going to be absolutely annihilating these bosses. Now, of course, there is the fact that Seppuku you only get by the mountaintops of the giants, but you don't really need Seppuku. The Seppuku is a big part of the build, but it isn't like the entire thing. As long as you have dual blades and you're using jump attacks with it in some of the rest of this build, you're still going to be doing a lot of damage. Like, sometimes I don't apply any buffs and it still destroys enemies in seconds. So, I was talking so I was kind of distracted there, but it does look like the damage is, I don't know, maybe slightly less impressive. Definitely not by a large amount, but maybe not quite as impressive. Alright, now we're going to try it on these swords. Whoops. There goes waterfowl, I'm dead. Yeah. Now I'm going in and doing this without any of the buffs just to show how impressive these swords are even without that. As you can see, the damage is still pretty insane. Again, this is New Game plus 7 Millennia. This Millennia is like, I don't know, like, pretty much like, fucking, what, 5 times stronger than base Millennia? Maybe even more than that. And even without any buffs, just the talismans and the raptors' black feathers for the jump attacks, and maybe Vara's white mask a little bit, it's still insane. Almost survived it. Yeah. It's pretty much the same. I definitely wouldn't say that there's a very major difference between using these weapons. And I would actually argue that using the Bandit Curve Swords is definitely, again, more viable because you just need to grind one skeleton fight. You don't need to go to Mount Gelmir. And it didn't take me that long to get a hold of these things. It only took me like 10 minutes. People kind of overrate, like, how low the drop rate is. It's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. So, yeah, that just about does it for this video. See you next time. Bye.